Once upon a time in Spain, there was a little bull named Ferdinand. Hola, yo soy Ferdinand. All of the other little bulls he lived with would run, jump, and butt their heads together, but not Ferdinand. He liked to sit quietly and smell the flowers underneath his favorite cork tree. Sometimes his mother, who was a cow, moo, would worry about him. She was afraid he would be lonesome all by himself. Mijo, why don't you run and play with the other little bulls and skip and butt your head? She would say, but Ferdinand would shake his head. I like it better here where I can sit and just quietly smell the flowers. His mother saw he was not lonesome, and because she was an understanding mother, even though she was a cow, she would let him sit there and be happy. Okay, mijo, yo entiendo, I understand. As the years went by, Ferdinand grew and grew until he was very big and strong. All of the other bulls who had grown up with him in the same pasture would fight each other all day. They would butt each other and stick each other with their horns. What they wanted most of all was to be picked and to fight at the bullfights in Madrid. But not Ferdinand. He sat beneath his favorite cork tree, quietly smelling the flowers. One day, 5 men came in very funny hats to pick the biggest, fastest, roughest bull to fight in the bullfights in Madrid. All of the other bulls would run around, snorting, leaping, and jumping, hoping the men would see them and want to choose them. Mírame, mírame, look at me! Ferdinand knew that they wouldn't pick him, and he didn't care, so he went out to his favorite cork tree to sit down. He didn't look where he was sitting, and instead of sitting on the grass, he sat on a bumblebee. Ouch! Wow, did it hurt Ferdinand. He ran around, puffing and snorting, butting and paring the ground as if he were fierce and crazy. The 5 men saw him, and they all shouted with joy. Mira ese toro! Look at the bull! Go and get it! So they caught Ferdinand and took him to the bullfights in Madrid. Woohoo! Vamos a los picadores y bandilleros y matador. The town was filled with excitement and laughter. The women had pretty flowers in their hair, and the townspeople paraded the city. Then, when it came time for the bullfighting to begin, all of the men entered the ring. The picadores, the bandilleros, then the picadores. The last, but certainly not least, the matador. He was the proudest of them all. He had a red cape and a sword, and was supposed to stick the bull last of all. Then the bull came, and you know who that was, don't you? They call him Ferdinand the Fierce, and all the bandilleros were afraid of him, and all the picadores were afraid of him, and the matador was scared stiff. Ferdinand ran into the middle of the ring, and everyone shouted and clapped because they thought he was going to fight fiercely and butt and snort and stick his horns around. But not Ferdinand. When he got to the middle of the ring, he saw the flowers with all the lovely ladies' hair, and he just sat down quietly and smelled. He wouldn't fight and be fierce no matter what, and the bandilleros and the picadores and the matador were all mad. The matador even cried because he couldn't show off his cape and sword. So they had to take Ferdinand home, and for all I know, he is sitting there still, under his favorite cork tree, smelling the flowers just quietly. He is very happy. The end.
This is Olivia. She is good at a lot of things. She is very good at wearing people out. She even wears herself out. Olivia has a little brother named Ian. He's always copying her. Sometimes Ian just won't leave her alone, so Olivia has to be firm. Olivia lives with her mother, her father, her brother, her dog, Perry, and Edwin, the cat. In the morning, after she gets up and moves the cat, and brushes her teeth, and combs her ears, and moves the cat, Olivia gets dressed. She has to try on everything. On sunny days, Olivia likes to go to the beach. She feels it's important to come prepared. Last summer, when Olivia was little, her mother showed her how to make sandcastles. She got pretty good. Sometimes, Olivia likes to bask in the sun. When her mother sees that she's had enough, they go home. Every day, Olivia is supposed to take a nap. It's time for your you-know-what. Of course, Olivia's not at all sleepy. On rainy days, Olivia likes to go to the museum. She heads straight for her favorite picture. Olivia looks at it for a long time. What could she be thinking? But there's one painting Olivia just doesn't get. I could do that in about 5 minutes. As soon as she gets home, she gives it a try. Time out. After a nice bath and a nice dinner, it's time for bed. But of course, Olivia is not at all sleepy. Only 5 books tonight, Mommy. No, Olivia, just 1. How about 4? 2, 3, oh, all right, 3, but that's it. When they finished reading, Olivia's mother gives her a kiss and says, "You know, you really wear me out, but I love you anyway." And Olivia gives her a kiss back and says, "I love you anyway, too." The end.
Danny and the Dinosaur. One day, Danny went to the museum. He wanted to see what was inside. He saw Indians, he saw bears, he saw Eskimos, he saw guns, and he saw dinosaurs. Danny wished he had a dinosaur. Danny said, "I'm sorry they're not real. It would be nice to play with a dinosaur." "And I think it would be nice to play with you," said the voice. "Can you?" said Danny. "Yes," said the dinosaur. "Oh, good. What can we do?" "I can take you for a ride if you'd like." He put his head down so Danny could get on him. "Let's go!" A policeman stared at them. He had never seen a dinosaur stop for a red light. The dinosaur was so tall, Danny had to hold the ropes up for the dinosaur. "Look out! Roof, roof," said a dog. "He thinks you are a car." "Go away. We are not a car. I can make a noise like a car. Honk, honk, honk." "What big rocks?" "They are not rocks. They are buildings." "I love to climb." "Down, boy." The dinosaur had to be very careful not to knock over houses or stores with his long tail. Some people were waiting for the bus. They rode on the dinosaur's tail instead. "All who want to cross the street can ride on my back if you want." "It's very nice of you to let us ride on your back," said a lady. Danny and the dinosaur went all over town and had tons of fun together. "It's good to take an hour or 2 off after a few long years." They even went to the ball game. "Hit the ball," said Danny. "Hit a home run," said the dinosaur. "Let's go find my friends." "Very well." "There they are." "Why, it's Danny with a dinosaur," said the children. "Maybe he'll give us a ride." "May we have a ride?" asked the children. "I'd be delighted." "Hold on tight," said Danny. Around and around and around ran the dinosaur, faster and faster. "This is better than a merry-go-round," said the children. The dinosaur was out of breath. By this time, it was getting late, and all the children had to go home, and they left. Danny and the dinosaur were all alone together again. "Well, goodbye." "Well, goodbye, Danny. It was nice meeting you." "Can't you come stay with me and live in my house? We could have so much fun together." "No, I cannot. I've had a good time, the best I've had in years. But now I must go back to the museum. They need me there." "Oh, well, that's okay. Well, goodbye." Danny watched until the long tail was out of sight. Then he went home alone. "Oh, well, we don't have room for a pet that size anyway, but we did have a wonderful day together." The end.